Hello and welcome to a very special Gundam Battle Operation 2 featuring the Fazz, a experimental unit used to test out the full armor ZZ Gundam. It's an interesting unit that hails from the Gundam Sentinel manga, I believe. And before I get into the rest of the spiel, if you'd like to see the match, please go ahead and skip ahead. No problem with that. Alright, for everybody else. This is a 600 cost unit and above. It is capable of ground and space. It's a support with a ballistic resistance of 35, a beam resistance of 35, a laughable melee resistance of 5. Come on, guys. At this cost, 5. A range strength of 50, a melee strength of 0. A movement speed of 95, and a thruster gauge of not actually too bad, 70. It has close range slots of 4, medium range slots of 14, and long range of 20. I'm betting you kind of guessed it's mostly meant towards ranged combat. For weapons, we have the Fazz double beam rifle. This thing is actually fairly beastly in damage dealing capability. It has the Fazz Hyper Beam Saber, which is really quite large and can hit people in unexpected ranges, oddly enough. You got the head-mounted Vulcan. You have the shoulder 6-tube small missile launcher, which is nice for chip damage and annoying people. You have the rear 18-tube missile launcher, which also is quite good for chip damage and for harassing people. It also lets you move and fire, so you can do damage on the run. Then we have the Hyper Mega Cannon, which does obscene amounts of damage, but takes a very long time to charge. I believe, it's 12 seconds to focus without parts to decrease that. And, in the match to come, I do not use this weapon. I don't really have much in the way of chances. This is a all or nothing weapon, so if you have a team that's keeping people away from you, this can be charged to do some serious damage, but if you're having to be on the move and counteract and react where your team is not, then you're not going to get much juice out of this weapon. But the Fazz can still do some incredible damage. For skills, we have the High Performance Radar, level 3, High Performance Scope, level 3, Observational Data Link, level 1, High Performance Aerospace Gimbal, level 1, High Spec AMBAC, level 2, Shock Dampeners, which reduce or cancel stagger after being attacked, does not apply to toppling attacks, which is not bad. Special back add-on buffer, only level 1 since only a 10% decrease in damage. Large shoulder weaponry special cushioning, 15% damage reduction when they hit you in the giant cannon on your shoulder, which they're probably going to hit. Damage control, which just reduces stagger from consecutive attacks. And special leg buffer. Not bad. Now, what can I say about this unit? I like the Fazz. I think it's a quite fun unit, but it's gigantic. It's slow. And it really doesn't have a huge amount of things to counteract aggressive teams or aggressive units, really. You need to know where to place yourself, when to place yourself, and when to use certain weapons. That giant cannon on the shoulder, for example. So, personally, I think this is a unit that's quite capable of doing damage, even without the shoulder cannon, but I think a little too much value is placed on the shoulder cannon. You'll get to use it every now and then when you get that perfect setup, but there are just times where it will get absolutely no use. So, I think it's a good unit. It can do a pretty dang good job, and with the right environment and team, it will excel to frightening levels. Outside that, it's competitive in damage. It can take a lot of damage. It can be kind of like a sumo wrestler that just stands there and takes it. which can also help your team by just absorbing all the damage, but you're also going to be an easy target in a lot of cases. So it needs you to play smart, play safe, and know when to take those chances when you got them. So I hope that at least enlightens you a little bit on it, and you will check out the match to come, and I hope you enjoy my Zaku 1 color scheme on it. Bye-bye. Hey, welcome to the match as we go into the Fazz as it launches. I love this paint scheme on this for some reason. I don't know why. I'll be honest, I hadn't played the Fazz in a fairly long time when I decided on a whim just to try to get a match recording for it. And on the recording or the next match after this, there will be some similar people that I went up against in this team. But this unit is slow as molasses in freezing conditions. But I'm trying my best to to move up and help my team. So early on, I decided to try to get up here because I'm not, one, going to keep up with them, and two, I wanted to have a slightly elevated position. And there's my first sighting of a raid. There's the mass-produced, and you can see what kind of damage that beam rifle does charged up. It's a nasty, nasty unit. So is that mass-produced Zeta, or double Zeta, which I've yet to get, but every encounter I've had with it, it's a mean machine. So we take him out. And I see number 2 over here is having some trouble, and I saw that Black Rider. Ooh, even winged him, did some decent damage. And I can see little spots where the Black Rider is, so I just kind of shoot at him randomly. Not going to stay around for that one guy to light me up. And I'm just going to aim for annoying that Black Rider as he pushes on 1. But again, I cannot escape any of these guys, and I'm going to have a hard time going up even against some others. And there's 3,500 odd damage with a charge shot, and 3,900 on that poor Black Rider. This unit can put out the damage. My main problem is just the speed. And I think they overvalue the beam rifle on the shoulder. I'd probably lessen the damage by like half, but allow you to charge it up more so it can get a little bit more use. But that's just me. I'm not a developer for a reason. So I'm backing up here because I'm just lagging back, trying to get out of the line of fire and fall behind my generals. But again, we're going up against some pretty nasty units with some good firepower. So I'm trying to turn my attention around as much as I can to support my guys, but there's only so much you can do when you're constantly getting shot at. And not bad. I do like the missiles on this unit. I think my friend, the mass-produced Double Z, was trying to come up to say hi to me. Well, I could have been wrong. Ooh, 4,000. Close to 5 on that one. As I said, this unit can put some damage out, as you see there. And we're just going to basically whittle him down to his nothing. And I'm just throwing fire out, hoping that his invulnerability would come down or he'd do something dumb. But he played it smart and got out of there. So again, I'm trying to throw out some support fire for my guys. And then I notice a Bawu, I believe, to my side. There's not a lot I can do. I could have dropped down here, but at this health, I was a one-shot kill for him regardless. So, there we go. Scores are pretty close. The only thing I can really say is that my generals are not putting up a very good line. They're really scattering out. But they're not bad. They're just not concentrating. So it's making it a little bit harder when you're a giant, fat, slow guy with a gun that says shoot me. So
I hold back because I saw that there was artillery firing, and whenever there's artillery fire on one of these maps, I get shot. And I'm going to take a shot at that other support up there. I believe that's the Jeddah support that recently came out. And I'm going to back off because, well, I'm a giant fat support that just is screaming to be shot at. So I see over here, I believe that's a Black Rider. So I start adding into his unfortunate misery. Tried to take that shot while dropping down, but it didn't work. It's, again, this match was really more about just keeping on the moves. I didn't get to use the shoulder cannon, which is a nice weapon, but realistically, it's boring as hell gameplay. And, well, it takes forever to get there. And when you got people that are on you from 3 or 4 directions, you're not getting that weapon deployed. So, I'm trying to help, but there's only so much you can really do in this situation. I'm having to kind of guess where some people are. I'm still trying to throw out as much damage as I can, but my choice is I shoot at one direction or I get shot from the other. And if I had turned to shoot at those guys, I just got shot up by the other ones. So it's just a bad situation. It's a bad position to be in, but this unit doesn't have the speed or capability of repositioning without the team managing it. But its scores are pretty close still at the 2-minute-ish mark. And I'm going to drop in, and I'm just going to take him down to almost dead. I'm going to focus a little bit on trying to keep him covered, and then I'm going to move on to firing at, let's see, the one Hazel and that mass production ZZ. And there's my friend the Bottle again. And I'm going to scoot over here, and I'm just going to take out the other support. He's gone. I'm going to try to fire some rounds at this guy and use my missiles to kind of suppress him. As I got a guy behind me, then I have him off to my sides. I fumbled with my stuff a little bit, and I'm going to take this Zeta super close to death. And they are base bombing us right now, which is always fun. My team is starting to finally get aggressive here, and it really is frustrating when you get to those situations. And I'm going to get screwed over by the steps and shotgun down to the road. And I'm going to come around and I'm going to just take the mass production out. I'm going to try to go up here. I was hoping to get a little bit of support from my team, but they're not focused here, and I'm just going to get run down. Nothing I could do in that position. So, they're pretty much going to get the base bomb, I believe. But we'll see how we do. This is even with the shortcomings it has, it's a good unit, or a support. And this is just a situation of when you can't have the type of support you need to have it excel. We'll see how it does anyways. So, there's the Bow of Shame. Boo, hiss. And, well, you can see what we've done there. And we're losing to Google Map. That's not right. I'm losing to AI. And second place. Damn you, Google.